Hi, welcome. Today's guest is Jahn and Janie from Will Creek Winery. Thank you guys so much for joining me here for Talking Travel with Wendy. I am dying to find out more about the winery and how it began. And so you guys tell me where you want to start first.
So we have been here 19 years.
Okay.
But I grew up here next door. This building was a dairy barn when I was a kid growing up, so I helped milk cows. And I left the farm and was never coming back because as a kid I had to work hard. So I met him when I was teaching in Huntsville.
Okay.
And he was here from Switzerland for 1 year.
Okay, Switzerland, woo!
Yeah, and I captured him and he captured my heart. And I was not going to let him go. So in May of 1972 we married. And from that point, we moved around. Of course, we visited Switzerland, and I used to help his family in the vineyards in the summer because being a teacher, I had the summers off, and the girls and I would go and spend the summers with them. So I wanted them to know his heritage. And we'd work in the vineyard and help, and I loved it. So my dream was to retire and go to Switzerland and work in the vineyards.
Okay. Okay.
But along the way, that dream got derailed into this dream.
Okay. Okay.
And I don't know. I've often told people I wish I had the light bulb moment when we decided to have a winery. It's just we were trying to figure out what to do with the property. My sister and I inherited the land, and at that time we had beef cattle on the property.
Okay.
And I didn't want to keep cattle.
Yeah.
That's just not fun.
No.
It'd be dangerous.
No, wine is so much more fun.
Yes. And who wants to come see cows?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Our daughter went to UT Knoxville.
Okay.
And we were driving.
Well, that's not too far.
No.
Yeah.
And we were living in Atlanta at the time. And we were driving and just talking about what we're going to do with the property when we retired. And seeing winery signs, we started thinking, well, why don't we try planting a vineyard and having a winery because we had this building. And from that point, we started visiting wineries in 1994.
Okay.
We visited wineries in Tennessee and Georgia, and we visited there were 3 in Alabama.
Okay.
And
how many are there now?
22.
22.
The first thing we did to figure out going to plant, because coming from Switzerland, and he taught me to drink vinifera, grape wines, that were dry, on the dry side. So everywhere we went, everybody said plant muscadine and make sweet wine. Well, the only thing I knew about muscadine was that when I was a kid, we'd pick them up off the creek bank and make jam out of them.
Right.
So, and of course we tasted muscadine wine, and we really didn't want to do sweet wines, but when people say, we want sweet wines, you better have sweet wines. So anyway, so we decided to plant a test plot. Because we were weekend farmers, we were living in Atlanta. We would come back here to help my mother.
Were you still in Huntsville?
No, we were living in Atlanta.
Okay,
we had left Huntsville in 1976.
Okay.
And we lived in Indiana, we lived in Illinois, and then settled the last 20 years in Atlanta.
Okay.
So we planted a backyard garden plot with viniferas, and we had, I don't even remember the varieties, but we had some viniferas, and we planted muscadines. Well, in 2 years, we had our answer because the viniferas were dead and the muscadines were going nuts.
Okay.
So we decided, on the little plot over here, you can see the vineyard. We decided, and of course, we still had cattle on the property. We had to enclose it. We had to fence it. And we planted our first acre.
Okay.
And after that first year, even with a drought, they were just going crazy. And we didn't have to spray anything. There's no bugs or anything on them. So we got busy the next year and increased that acreage 3 more acres. So because we knew immediately that that 1 acre would not give us what we needed.
Yeah.
So after, 2001, once we planted in 1996, it took 6 years for us to get our vines going, get all the permits, federal permits and state permits to have our winery. So we opened very slowly because we were still here just on the weekends. And here we are today.
Yay!
19 years later, going strong.
So is that your most popular? Yeah.
We have 10 acres in muscadine. At our event space 2 miles up the road, we have 6 acres
Okay.
with our event space, and then that's where we live. We have a home and then part of the house
I think we passed it originally.
Probably, yes.
And I said, wait a minute, that's not what the GPS is telling me.
No.
And then we came up to this. So when did you start the winery?
2001.
2001. Okay. So that was a little bit of time to do research and get your ducks all in a row and your...
Well, but we live in Atlanta. We
Yeah.
came here every weekend. She would take care of the cattle because her mother had some cattle here on the property she couldn't take care of.
Okay.
The weekend, we had every weekend.
So you could prep the
We worked in the
land and
vineyard Sundays where we were working, and then when we opened slowly, we were only open on Saturday.
stuff. Okay. Smart.
Well, actually, when the county put up the road signs, when you hit Bruton Gap over there and all around, we have these nice road signs. I don't
they're
know if you saw
beautiful.
them.
Yeah.
So the county did that. Our county commissioners said,
that's
we have money for tourism, don't we? So, and they said yes. So we've got a tourism spot.
And,
First Friday that those signs went up, he was here. And on Saturday, it was like standing room only in here. And I looked at him and I said, with those signs, and there's no times on there, people come during the week and be turned away.
Yeah.
So we were open. We decided to open. He was here, so he opened 6 days a week.
That's wonderful. Though.
And it's
now
been
we're
that
open
way
7
since.
now. We
Yeah.
changed our legislation
Yeah.
so we could serve alcohol
On Sundays.
And
Oh, okay.
I will not do
So what's a typical brunch?
Oh, well, here's the thing. Our chef changes the main menu every week. For example, last week it was bacon quesadillas, which are really wonderful with
Yum.
fresh pico de gallo, and then what else do we have? I forgot. Oh, I made margarita cupcakes, which are meant to die for.
Fun.
And then this week she's doing breakfast bacon bowl. And it's got lots of veggies in it and this kind of thing, and with grits and a fruit medley
Okay.
and biscuits. And then we have a set menu for somebody who doesn't want that. It's croissants with cheese, egg, and Canadian bacon. With
Almost all European.
Yeah, with all the same sides.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's great. Wow, it sounds like a very hearty breakfast too. So
it is. And it's very popular. And when he wanted to be opening on Sunday, I said, no way, nobody's going to come. And I've been pleasantly surprised. But I was working here 7 days a week after that, and I told myself I can't do that anymore. So we found a chef. She comes out of Birmingham. She's really good.
oh, well, that's wonderful.
She works with us on other events. We have a Valentine's Day event coming up, and
wow.
she's doing the feast for that.
Tell me about it.
Well, it will be here. Well, we're going to serve it here, hopefully to expand some room out on the deck, covered and heated. And it will be, oh gosh, we have an appetizer, a soup, a salad. The main course is a choice of roasted chicken and wine sauce,
Yum.
or stuffed pork loin and it's stuffed with fig, pistachio, and apricots. And rice pilaf, a Brussels sprout medley, or green beans.
Oh my goodness! It just goes on and on.
With New York style cheesecake and chocolate covered cherries.
So that's a Valentine's Day feast for
Served
sure.
with some of our special chocolate wines that we have during the holidays.
Chocolate wines.
Yeah.
Two of my favorite things. Yum.
So that's just one of the
How do you
events.
do it all with the events and making the wine and taking?
We have help. We do have help.
I hear this all the time.
Well, I've had to
That's how she
step
does it.
back because I can't work 7 days a week. So my days off are Monday and Friday,
Okay.
typically. And I do, Monday I take off for sure. Friday I might have food for the crew sometimes, and then I've told them I can't feed you because I normally feed everybody on work days.
Yeah. The Germans are very big on that, though, because their big tourism time is Saturday and Sunday, and so Mondays almost all museums and castles are closed because that's their day of rest is Mondays. So So tell me about the other special venues you have. Weddings that take place here.
Weddings, birthday parties, baby showers. We can do small events here,
Mhm.
but if they're larger than 40 or 50, it's up at the event space.
Okay.
So
Okay. And how far away is that?
it's
from
2
here?
miles.
Oh, wonderful.
2
Do
miles. It's
class
close.
reunions, even proms.
Okay. So the group can purchase the wine from here for the event and then hire a chef and
Right.
have tables and all
Right.
that set up with you.
So we
too,
actually do catering. We
okay.
cater a lot of our weddings and events. I cut it off at about 175,
Uh-huh.
but we do have at the event space. We have a certified catering kitchen. Yeah.
So tell me about the wine trail. I just found out about Alabama's wine trail, and you're a part of that.
Right.
And you said there's 22 wineries.
A lot of those wineries are located down around Birmingham and south, but the 6 wineries that are on the wine trail, the North Alabama Wine Trail, there's 6 of us north of I-20.
Okay, perfect.
And there's 75 miles between Jules J. Berta in Albertville and Fruithurst, which is over closest to the Georgia border.
Okay, so if you were to just do the North Alabama.
Well, we had to the point where we had 12 wineries, we had 10 participating in the trail. And people wanted to finish the trail. And that was kind of dangerous toward the end if they were visiting.
Oh, you mean
all
just
too
for
well.
the day
Some
they
people-
wanted to finish the
some
trail?
people
Yeah,
don't.
no.
So when we ended up with 6 wineries north of I-20, we just shortened the range and just marketing ourselves in the south of Birmingham, but just to have our own trail.
Yeah, that's smart. There was a whiskey trail in Scotland, and they constantly have to say, "Please hire a car, hire a
Yes.
driver." There's one Scotch distillery after another,
Well,
and
this is
so
what's happening in Tennessee right now.
Is
They
it?
have so many
they have so
out
many.
there, and then they just, I guess they're limited this much higher. Well,
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we are
Pretty
looking.
dangerous.
We are looking for someone who has vans to rent because people are interested, and we do have. Like one Saturday recently, we had a group of 15 ladies who were in 2 different cars that came. They had designated drivers, and then for one event last year, we had a group of 20 that came from Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
I think they had rented a huge bus to come.
Yeah.
And they did actually the 3 wineries because we were doing St. Patty's Day event.
Well, if anyone's listening, and you need a job opportunity, there you go.
We're always looking for somebody that would like to be sponsored on our website that would have vans for rent.
Yeah.
Huntsville, out of Birmingham, or even over close to
Okay.
Anniston.
Okay,
So
listeners, you
far-
heard that.
So far, we haven't had anyone that we can find that. And of course, we don't have a lot of time to go out and search either.
Maybe
but if
one of
there's
the
anybody,
listeners, yeah, can
Be
pass it
great.
along. I know that would be a win-win for everybody.
it would. Yes, really
So
would.
tell me about the winemaking class.
When I'm here,
Okay.
I teach the winemaking class, and I have a lot of fun. It brings back my days of teaching. I taught 34 years, and
Let me teach you.
he's too technical. I know I've never sat in on his, but he's also an engineer, and I know how technical sometimes he can be. In fact, when we started the winery, I said, "Forget this. I'm not a science person. I taught language arts all these years. I will never learn potassium metasulfite and racking and all these terms." Well, by hook or crook, yes, I got here. It's interesting, and it's very compelling to figure out how to make the wine, and is it going to turn out good? But I go off on the limb, and I do crazy stuff like beet wine,
Oh,
carrot
fun!
wine,
Fun!
onion wine, tomato wine, lemon wine. But now I do these in small quantities. I also did banana wine. So in making these by the gallon, I found out the home winemakers can make these,
Uh-huh.
but to do it here in big quantities, because a lot of it you have to cook.
Oh.
Like the carrot one I made, you have to cook the carrots, and then you drain it off the what we call liquor, and you ferment the juice that's left, and of course you have to put raisins with it.
So you probably have to have an industrial kitchen.
You would have to have a heater, but for the home winemaker, they could easily do that and do 6 gallons and make it. It's just a out there kind of thing. Or I just made banana wine, and they've actually all turned out except the onion wine I didn't care for, and I don't know if it was because I used Vidalia or sweet onions.
Oh.
So I dumped it. Because my original plan was to do, which I do, a seriously hot jalapeno serrano pepper wine already.
Mm-hmm.
We have a habanero pineapple wine. They're really wines made for cooking.
Okay.
My original thought was to do a trio of wines with the pepper wine, a tomato wine, and an onion wine that would be great additives for soups and sauces.
Sure.
But
we already know they're good for pepper jelly. I mean, they have a ton of, but that might be good though. Wine pepper jelly, yum.
Yeah.
Because I like those things too.
It's come from a lot of home winemakers, and the way I got started on jalapeno wine, this guy had come to the class, and he had said, "I wonder if I can make jalapeno wine." I said, "Yeah, probably." I didn't have a recipe for it, but. Soon he was bringing me some of his, and I liked it. And then the next thing I knew, he was bringing me jalapenos. So I said, okay, I have to make this up. And so I quickly found a recipe and made it, and it was such a hit. And I've probably been making jalapeno wine for about 4 years, and we can't keep it.
Okay, I'm going to have to get some of those because my husband loves jalapenos.
Well, I've got to bottle the serrano pepper, and we're out of it. The pineapple habanero right now, but one of the ladies that works with us and for us, she loves hot stuff, and we're going to be working on a ghost pepper blueberry wine that would be like she has seen advertised in some of the sauce stores or online stores. They have a blueberry habanero or blueberry ghost pepper sauce, and she said, I think because we already do blueberry wine, we get local blueberries. And she said, I think we need to do a ghost pepper wine and blend it with the blueberries. So
every now and then we have a tasting party in there.
We're going to try this. We're going to try this.
And then we make something and we run out.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so how can people find you?
We have a Wills Creek Winery website. There's also North Alabama Wine Trail website. We're there. We're also on Facebook.
Okay.
And I think we have an Instagram account, but I don't do Instagram. The gals that do our website, they're our what do you call it?
Social media
people.
Yes,
Oh, we do a newsletter every month.
Okay.
That lets people know about everything that's coming.
And the classes.
And so, if you don't visit, but you want to know what's happening, you can go on the website and sign up for the newsletter.
Okay. Excellent. And I'll make sure to have those links down below so people can easily just click on them and find. Okay.
Something that,
in June, we're going to do another farm to table. We did a farm to table in September, and it was so popular. Everybody was asking, when are you doing another one? So we're going to do one in June. And when we do a farm to table, we use local ingredients.
Okay.
There is a hydroponic farm and organic not far from here. And then we have some meat farms that will provide the pork or chicken or beef, whatever we want.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And lamb for our farm to table in September. There's a gentleman on the mountain out at Fife who has a sheep farm, and he's raising the sheep for slaughter. And they're Dorper sheep, and they're really good eating.
Okay.
And they're very, very mild. So we bought one of his sheep. I still have lamb that I'm using up, but the rack or the lamb chops were really good. We used that.
That's awesome because that seems like it's sweeping all of Alabama too. Farm to table.
Yeah, it is very popular. Tell you about events. So we try to do something special every month. Not sure in March what we're going to do or April, but for Mother's Day we will have a Mother's Day luncheon and a Mother's Day brunch.
Right.
And the same thing in June for Father's Day. July, I may be in Switzerland. I don't know. Whenever we do, the chef will take over. So we try to do something every month that's special.
That's awesome. That is really great. Well, this is the cutest. I'm going to take some pictures and show everybody the store as well because it's super cute. And thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah, sure.
And be sure to listen and watch.
We love to share our story with people.
Well, thank you very much. Thanks for listening to Travel with Wendy.